No, I appreciate that. That's the way it would have happened. Okay, unless anybody has any objection, I'll get started.
We
Okay, good.
need to go ahead. Okay, we're ready.
Okay. All right, I will call to. Well, we're back for, just so that you know, we're, call to order the meeting of the Municipal Authority, August 17, 2026. We're just back from an executive session of the board to discuss privileged matters. At this point, I'll do a roll call. Maria Kane is here, Steve Mackel,
Here.
Walter Virginis.
Here.
Tim Kelly, he is not here, and Kevin Moyer.
Here.
Our solicitor, Mike Madron, is not present with us tonight. Our engineer, in place of Dave Porter, we have Dominic Scrivano from Macomb Engineering. Operations manager Steve Neese is with us as well. Okay, at this point, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, everybody's had a chance. Members of the public, anybody need to speak about agenda items? Is this an agenda item or? Okay, please step up and just give us your name and your address and let us know what you're here for.
Yes.
Press the button.
Save the battery. John Butler, 102 Hunters Run. I looked at the engineer's report and I saw the flow, and you have some real high numbers. And that's my real concern, because Delcor will surcharge on those things, plus we're all paying for it. Now, I know there was some comment at the last meeting. Do we have manhole things to prevent water going in? And are we looking at the vent caps at the properties at maybe below ground level? And you know, and are we checking to see if people have sump pumps? Because Camelot has some real high numbers. A couple others do too. And we're all paying for that flow. The other thing, the payment list, I know the supervisors, after my request, they put items in there indicating what they're actually for, rather than who's getting paid. And it's a lot of help if somebody looks at the payment list to see what's going on. And apparently it can be done with the software we have, because the supervisors have done that. The municipal authority financial audits, are they going to be online? I'm interested in looking at especially the manager's report in there. But are they going to be online? And the redemption of the bonds. I asked the supervisor in the meeting, how much are we going to save? They told me I had to come here to find out. Now, and it's a variable rate loan. I'm not so sure I like that with the way interest rates are going up at this point. But you should be able to tell me how much, when we refi, how much we're going to save. And they didn't know. And I'd like to know that number. And, you know, what interest rate are we really starting out at? Because I was a supervised commissioner in Marple, and I don't particularly like this kind of a deal that they're doing. I tend to like a fixed one. And what are we paying right now on our current bonds? So, and the tap fees, I am concerned, because I know Newtown bought a certain amount of capacity into the system when we put the the line going down, I think on 252. It was a certain amount based on the flow in this town, and we appear to be adding more projects. And the tap fee apparently was set at that time. So adding capacity at this point is going to be more expensive. So the tap fee should be going up. And I see you have something on here to talk about it. So, okay, I gather you don't have a collapse, that's good. But I think there should be more discussion on what won in executive session rather than just privileged matters. I think you're really supposed to say more general. I mean, if it's a lawsuit, you can say there's a lawsuit, but I don't think you can just get away.
Well,
It was a
I'm
privilege.
just gonna stop you at that
Okay.
point. I mean, we only talk about things that we're entitled to talk about in the executive session.
But generally, it's normally,
Yeah, there is items, there's a list of, certain number of items in the Sunshine Act.
Right.
Okay, and the reason I say privileged matters is sometimes if you're talking about like a contract under negotiation is a privileged matter. Okay, but they don't have contract under negotiation in the Sunshine Act. So a lot of things might fall under that. If we're negotiating a settlement of a dispute, that would be a privileged matter as well. But that might not be named specifically in the Sunshine Act.
all right,
For instance, personnel matter is in there specifically, so I would say personnel matter, but we didn't have a personnel matter to discuss.
Okay.
Okay, and thank you for all your comments. We really appreciate it.
You wanna,
I mean, we are going to be talking, just so you know, about the audit, and I would, that will be published. You will be able to look at that for sure. Okay, it is finished, so you'll be able to get to that. And the other thing was the refinance, I think you mentioned. I think you'll have definitely some more details at our next meeting. But I think generally tonight we could talk, when we get to that point on the agenda, we can talk about overall savings.
Comment on the flow.
And then the comment on the flow,
We had 7 inches of rain
yeah,
this month, which is,
I think that's what he's concerned
yeah,
about, is
the
that
first time we had that much.
Yeah. there was a lot of rain this month.
yeah, and I will comment just further on your infiltration. The board is really cognizant that we pay for flow, and we are aware that rain infiltration, which you brought up, is an issue. I don't know if it's an issue for us as much as it is for other authorities, but we're looking into it regardless. And you may be happy to hear that we're currently undergoing a scoping project all throughout our sewer system right now to try to identify infiltration points. And I don't know if that report's complete yet from McCumbee, but it's very close to being complete. And then we plan to surgically address those areas that may be contributing to the infiltration to ensure that they're sealed up for environmental and for rate paying reasons. So we are currently looking into that and dedicating resources to making sure that that's tightened up.
And I think Hunter's Run was not originally on the what is it, the 537 plan?
537.
And then we added them later because your community really wanted to be added. Was that correct, Steve?
I don't know that. I know it was added during the process.
During the process, but
I
I
don't-
think the approved original plan, Hunter's Run, was not in there.
It may not have been.
Yeah. And we had a lot of, interest in making sure that we got your whole community added, so. But we appreciate all of your comments. We really do. Thank you. Okay. All right, moving on. Everybody's had a chance to review the minutes from the July 2026 meeting?
We have to do the agenda first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want to, and you want
Thank
to
you.
amend it, right?
We are going to amend. Are we amending it? The Fourth Avenue? Okay, all right, so
Please.
thank you, Walter, for keeping me straight. First of all, I'd like to ask for a motion to amend the agenda to include approve, I guess it would be a requirement to, or require the Fourth Avenue construction project to include a trap outside of that newly constructed building consistent with the building code. Do I have a motion to amend?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, sorry for clarification. The move is to amend the agenda to require the Fourth Avenue construction project to require a trap outside of construction consistent with the code. Is that fair?
Consistent with the construction code.
Consistent with the construction code. Thank you.
Yep.
I think you want to say it's consistent with the authority's requirements. I think because the question is,
Okay.
because I think that they're saying it's not consistent with the construction
Okay.
code. So I think
Consistent
with
with,
the authority's requirements.
thank you, Steve. Amending that to state consistent with the authority's practice and requirements to include a trap outside of the residential facility or residential building. Okay, does the motion stand as made and seconded? Okay, all right, and did we vote on that? All those in favor? Aye, all right. And that will be at, just so we know, let's make that
So-
at,
Yeah, I was
I'm
assuming
gonna make it at new business 12, we'll make that at 12.5.
five, right. So you're doing that. Now you'll need to go, I know it's kind of confusing, but you really should officially go back now and adopt your,
Agenda.
move
And
your
then-
agenda.
Right,
Okay,
I haven't done that yet.
yep.
Okay, so now that the motion, now that we have amended the agenda, do I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Walter, seconded by Steve. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that motion passes. Okay, now, everybody's had a chance to review the minutes from the July 2026 meeting. All right, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Oh, second?
Moved by Steve, seconded by Walter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, next is the treasurer's report. I think we did get a,
Yeah, I handed out a treasurer's report to you earlier this evening. Just for the public's notice, we'll be actually publicizing the treasurer's report on the agenda tomorrow when we update the agenda. And do that. My apologies, I was out of town last weekend or over the weekend and I didn't get it done before I left to go out of town. So you do have in your report, just so you know, we have June's bank rec because we did not get the July bank rec complete because we just got the latest bank statement on Friday afternoon. We were working on it today. We'll get it complete here and we'll get you new bank rec information, and hopefully I can get that before I post it tomorrow or earlier this week. In addition to that, in your in addition to that, in your packet was also the revenue and expense. Just real quick, we're staying right about that 90,000 negative in 72 and 105 positive in 73. We're there, so we're kind of running right about where we would expect to be running regarding revenue and expenses. And then your capital, we haven't really done much capital yet this year. And so when we do those, there'll be some change in that, but that's where that is. And your escrows are running about on target. Also in your packet is the monies that are being reviewed by Portnoy. You had requested that I get Portnoy in. I tend to do that for the September meeting. And that will be a good time. They just actually did a mailing back in April. And hopefully we'll have roughly about 3 or 4 months of that mailing and seeing whether or not we can reduce the amount that they have on their list. And then finally, you have your aging report without Portnoy. It just happens to be the way it fell. We end up having a tremendous number of accounts that are on there. It actually shows like some ridiculous number, like $1 million. I don't want you to panic. The $1 million is actually all of the July building, or bill, so not building, billing. I'll speak English some point here. Billing, and what's outstanding there is about $1 million or $1.1 million roughly. But if you look at what's outstanding at the end of June and May, and then in April, your total there is about 106 in April, and then you add another roughly 10,000 to that. So you're about 116,000 of older than 3 months or older than 2 months, I'm sorry, in billings that are outstanding, that are not, haven't been already turned over to Portnoy.
All right,
That is your financial report.
thank you. Next, the engineer's report.
Yeah, thank you. The executive summary, so just a brief summary of engineering activities this month. Our office coordinated with the authority manager, solicitor, and staff regarding the Camelot Pump Station sanitary sewer overflow event. Our office will be circulating the sanitary sewer overflow report that was prepared and filed to DEP by Delcora. So be on the lookout for that. Also, our office has reviewed product submittals for the Westchester Pike sewer projects. The highway occupancy permit for Radnor Drive has expired. We resubmitted an application and it's under review by PennDOT. The HOP for the Dunwoody area has been extended until March 28th, 2027. And we are also evaluating the impact to the pump stations with regard to 11, 15, and 17 Campus Boulevard, that potential development, and the Hickory Lane pump station decommissioning. Also in this month, there was a complaint about trench settlement at 307 French Road. Our office informed the contractor of the complaint. They met with the owner and they will address the issue when the project resumes. The only caveat to that, the owner asked that the contractor address the issue in the fall so they can use their yard throughout the summer. Additionally, our office received the Moore Construction video surveillance files for review. The videos are under review and a report with recommendations will be prepared. We're about 1/3 of the way done through that currently, so that's coming in the next few weeks. Over the last month, planning modules have been reviewed. There was one for the Village of Four Seasons, sewage facilities planning module. And that's currently ongoing coordination with the solicitor regarding the intermunicipal agreement.
I think that's been completed, hasn't it?
The intermunicipal agreement's been completed, but I'm not sure how it ties in with DEPs yet. So I think that's what they're working.
Okay,
I'm wording of how to get that, make sure DEP understands what we're trying to do.
I apologize for interrupting.
No, that's,
No worries.
that's what I think they're working on.
Okay,
Also, our office has reviewed 4 public sewer connection permits. There was one at 113 Boot Road. The second was 3111 Sawmill Road. Third was 3113 Sawmill Road, and the final was 147 Ridgefield Road.
okay,
And yeah, that concludes the engineer's report. Thank you.
thank you. Any questions for the engineer? Okay. Operation Manager's report, that's.
Yeah, I actually, somebody actually already mentioned relating to the flow that we had of rainwater and what impact that had. And not surprisingly, that there's an uptick when we have those high rain things. I would just make clear that the overflow that we had at Camelot related to the sewer piece was not additional flow that went into the system. it was flow that didn't make it to the system. So just that there's clarity on that. Doesn't mean that hasn't been an increase in flow. I'm not saying there hasn't been on the rain days, but there's there was actually another issue that was going on there. And I think that's why you see in that report where you see those 0 days, that's ties back to some of that. The other thing that I would make note for you, obviously, hopefully you see the RHM flow as well, then that stays pretty consistent. We stay around that 11-12% of the total. Actually, I think we're down a little bit, which tells me that our inflow is not as much as maybe the other surrounding municipalities, if that's the case. Not 100% sure on that, but our percentage seems to have dropped just a hair. And so that may be the case. Other than that, you look at the Delcora report that was sent in, couple minor things, there was at the Chrome Creek station, there was a grinder contactor that had to be replaced. I believe there was a backup, surge arrestor that was replaced. And then also they came out and looked at a primary power failure at Newtown Hunt pump station. Other than that, everything was standard, pretty quiet month. I like them that way.
Okay, we appreciate it. All right, moving on. Consider approving the bills on check register dated August 17, 2026, totaling $38,995.15.
So moved.
Thank you, Walter.
Second.
Second by Steve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, consider accepting the 2025 Municipal Authority financial audits. And I think with some understanding that we had a couple of questions but that wouldn't impact our ability to accept the financial audits for 2025. All those, do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Second from Walter. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, moving on. 12.2, consider approving a refund to Donald and Wendy Soslow for 3505 Muirwood Drive in the amount of $155.98 for a sewer overpayment as they forgot to remove autopay when they moved. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this one?
Are you recommending we approve this, Steve?
Absolutely. It's simple that they just kept their auto pay on.
Oh, so it was paying a balance that didn't exist?
They were paying a balance that doesn't even
Okay.
exist. Yes, exactly. They moved and now the new property owner, but it went to their account. And we were looking at it going, why do we have an amount on an account that we closed out that should be zero? And it's showing that there's a
Got
credit,
it.
and that's what happened.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on. Discussion and possible action item related to the status of the pending redemption of sewer revenue bonds series 2018. It's my understanding that the Board of Supervisors are going to be voting on an ordinance related to this, related to the redemption refunding of the guaranteed sewer revenue bonds. To
Just,
close. in
if I could just
September.
say that, just to add to that, you're saying that that's actually tomorrow night.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's tomorrow,
just-
yeah.
Just
Board of
everybody
Super-
knows
yeah.
that.
So that's, yeah, just for the record, I don't think this is an action item by any stretch, but it's my understanding that there is an ordinance to be voted on with respect to that guarantee, the guaranteeing of the sewer revenue bonds and the refinancing. So was there anything else, I think, given the question that we had on the floor, you wanted to just speak just generally to the savings or
Sure.
to the,
I
just to the scheduling, I think, and then to the savings?
No problem. So originally, we were looking at the earliest redemption date was September 1st. With the township meeting tomorrow, we have a new schedule now that says that we will be able to close and redeem the 2018 bonds on September 18th. So it's a little bit later than we expected. To the gentleman's question, the interest rate is fixed. Currently, we're looking at an interest rate fixed for the whole period until 2048 at 4.329%. Our current interest rate is higher, obviously, and we're looking at a total of 1.277 million less interest expense over the term of the bond. And that's, I guess, the reason that we're doing the refinancing is that we are expecting that with that lower interest rate, we'll be able to produce a savings of about 1.277 million at this point.
All right, I really appreciate it.
Sorry for notes. What's the new anticipated redemption date?
September 18th,
September 18th, thank you. And the anticipated savings,
1,277,000.
1277, thank you.
Okay, and then the next item, 12.4, just possible, just discussion item related to tap-in fees, and I think we're gonna table that for the next time as our, although Dominic, very capable, we wanted to have our engineer who has been dealing with, these issues for us, more regularly, so we will table that for next time. And moving on to the newly added item 12.5. That was related to the Fourth Avenue item that we're going to require that that a trap be installed outside, consistent with municipal authority policies for the Fourth Avenue property. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second,
All right, any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, any old business or anything else for the good of the order? Any additional public comment? Based on any actions taken tonight? Okay, hearing none. I adjourn this meeting. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'm gonna run upstairs and hit.